Hello everyone, so today our lesson will be focused on cardiovascular endurance. So cardiovascular endurance is the efficiency and capability of our heart to supply oxygen and nutrients to our muscles and tissues. And when we perform different exercises that make our hearts beat faster, it's actually making them stronger. So some of the benefits for improving our cardiovascular endurance are that it increases muscular strength. It increases endurance, which is the amount of time we can perform an exercise. It clarifies our mental processes. It improves our quality of life and can even extend our life. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to demonstrate how to properly perform a variety of motor skills and exercise patterns needed to increase our heart rate, which over time improves our cardiovascular endurance for at least 6 of the 8 exercises during our this or that activity. You'll also be able to understand the benefits to improving our cardiovascular endurance by answering at least 2 questions at the end of the activity. And finally, you'll be able to show enjoyment for these exercise movements that improve our overall cardiovascular endurance by participating the entire activity. As for safety today, we need to make sure that we are in our own personal space so don't accidentally hit someone or something when we're performing our exercises. Now, throughout the activity, when I say the word go, you may begin the exercise. When I say freeze, stop what you're doing, put your arms to your sides, and look at the screen for instructions. So first, we will go through the 8 exercises for our this or that activity so we are prepared when the activity starts. Our first exercise will be jump roping. It is okay if you don't have an actual jump rope, you can pretend to hold the handles in your hands. Rotate your arms and wrists to act like you are bringing the rope around above your head, and jump when the rope comes to your feet. And you can be creative. You can jump off both your feet, just one, or even switch off. Go ahead and try that at least 5 times. Our next exercise will be to jog in place. So you're going to act as if you are running, but don't actually go anywhere. Try to go as fast as you can and have quick feet. Remember to get your arms going as well. Go ahead and try that 5 times. Our next exercise will be box jumps. So I want you to pick a spot on the floor and make a square with your jumps. So in the picture, the stars will be where you jump. You want to continuously jump to all 4 corners of your square. You can choose to land on both feet, 1 foot, or alternating. Go ahead and try that 5 times. Next will be jumping jacks. So you start with your feet together and your arms at your side. At the same time, jump so your feet are apart and bring your arms over your head. Jump again to bring yourself back to the start position, and you're going to continue this movement. Go ahead and do that 5 times. Next will be high knees. So you're going to start with your feet on the ground and your hand facing down in front of you, about the same height as your belly button. While alternating knees, bring your knee to touch the palm of your hand. Go ahead and try that 5 times. Next will be butt kicks. So you're going to start with your feet together, kick your foot back so that it touches your bottom, and you're going to alternate feet. Go ahead and try that 5 times. Next will be mountain climbers. So you'll start in the plank position so that your hands are on the ground, lined up with your shoulders. Your legs should be straight and your spine should be flat. Bring your knee to your chest and alternate knees. Go ahead and try that 5 times. Next will be a line jump. You're going to find a line or an imaginary line on the floor. Start on one side and continuously jump over the line. You can jump on both feet, one, or alternate. Go ahead and try that 5 times. All right, so now that we all know the 8 exercises we're going to be performing in our this or that activity, we can now begin. So how this activity goes is that I will display a category on the screen. For example, it could be dog or cat. Those two options will have a corresponding exercise. Let's say you chose dog. The corresponding exercise is high knees. You will then perform that exercise for 30 seconds. In between each category will be a 10-second rest. This ensures that we keep our heart rates up because this pumps more blood to our muscles and tissues, resulting in improvement of cardiovascular endurance over time. All right, now that we know how to play, our first category will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Netflix or YouTube. You can begin your exercise now. And freeze. Now you have a 10-second rest, starting now. And stop. Next category, phone call or text. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second rest starts now. And freeze. Next category is waffles or pancakes. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second break starts now. And freeze. Our next category is iPhone or Android. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second rest starts now. And freeze. Our next category will be mobile games or console games. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second break starts now. And freeze. Our next category is movies or TV series. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second rest begins now. And freeze. Our next category will be chocolate or vanilla. Your 30-second timer begins now. And freeze. Your 10-second rest begins now. And freeze. Our next category will be Facebook or Twitter. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second break begins now. And freeze. Our next category is winter or summer. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second break begins now. And freeze. Our next category is coffee or tea. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second break begins now. And freeze. Your next category will be comedy or horror. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. Your 10-second rest begins now. And freeze. Your next category will be fruits or vegetables. You can begin your exercise starting now. And freeze. You can begin your 10-second rest starting now. And freeze. Our next category will be burgers or tacos. You can begin your exercise starting now. Freeze. Your 10-second break starts now. And freeze. Our next category is football or baseball. You can begin your exercise starting now. Freeze. Your 10-second break starts now. And freeze. Our last category will be the show Friends or the show The Office. You can begin your exercise starting now. and freeze. That is the end of our activity. You all did such a great job. You should be sweating. Your heart should be beating faster than normal. This is good. That means that you are working out your heart, which in the long run increases your cardiovascular endurance. So you are all able to demonstrate how to properly perform each exercise for at least 6 out of the 8 exercises we went over today. You were all able to demonstrate an understanding as to how we improve our cardiovascular endurance and the benefits we gain from improving them. And you were all able to show enjoyment for our activity and improving our cardiovascular endurance by participating the entire time. You all did a wonderful job, and I will see you in my next lesson. Bye.